Hi, this is Blue Orange 22. Today I want to bring a story that's been kind of going all over the internet. It's kind of going viral. It's about the father who has been arrested and given a $500,000 bond for criticizing a judge. I put a link down in the description below if you want to read the article. This is a story that really kind of gives an example of why we need a men's rights movement and what MRAs mean when we say the court systems are very unfair to men and kind of the discriminations that men face. So what happened in the story was a man had divorced from his wife and he was trying to get custody of his 2-year-old son. And he said that the mother was abusive towards the 2-year-old son, but the court gave the mother full custody, and the mother then murdered the son. 2-year-old boy was murdered, and the father went on social media and started posting about this, and he was criticizing the court system, and he was criticizing the judge who made that decision, saying, look, basically, you had evidence that the mother was abusive. You totally ignored that. And now my 2-year-old son is dead forever. Any parent would be rightfully angry in that situation. And obviously, if the son was murdered, then the father was right. He must have known something was wrong. And now he's been arrested and he has a $500,000 bond because the judge is saying that she felt threatened by him saying that. Now look, you can't possibly say that the father is wrong to say what he's saying because he's right. Okay? He knew what he was talking about. And his son is now gone forever. So you have to understand, yeah, he's going to be angry, especially when he told the judge, he was saying, listen, there's a problem here. The mother has been abusive, and you had evidence of that, and you just totally ignored it, and now he's dead. Now my son is dead. To lock him up and give him a $500,000 bond because the judge felt threatened is ridiculous. You know, if you are a public official, like a politician or a judge or a police officer or in the military or even a public figure, like if you're a celebrity, and you do something that affects other people's lives, you have to understand that, if you take criticism or if people disagree with you, okay, that's fair, okay? And that's not making a threatening remark to go on the internet and expose the things that you're doing. And you'll see that's kind of what the dad was doing. He said, listen, I'm going to expose this judge made a really bad decision that killed my son. And yeah, I'm going to go online. I'm going to expose that. I'm going to talk about that. I think that's a completely fair thing to do. But he gets arrested and he gets a $500,000 bond. Now, this story, to me, there are two parts of this story. First of all, just the fact that he didn't get custody of his son at all. The fact that the way it is, a mother will automatically get custody even if a child is at risk. Even if the mother was abusive or violent in the past, a lot of times the mother will still get full custody. And this is something that MRAs and feminists often debate. MRAs say that custody should not automatically go to the mother. Custody should be given in whatever way is best for the child. Ideally 50-50. Both parents should share custody. But if one parent is violent or abusive, or let's say into drugs, or let's say in prison, or has some kind of past like that, well, then that parent really shouldn't be given as much or any responsibility or custody if it puts the child at risk. And feminists say that, MRAs are fighting to give abusive fathers the rights to see their children. They say that, well, we're only saying that because we want to force 50-50 in case a father is being abusive so he can have the child too, which is totally ridiculous because it's the opposite. MRAs are saying, look, it shouldn't automatically go to the mother, because what if you have an abusive mother? If you have an abusive father, then the child shouldn't go with the father either, right? The decision should be made based on the individual circumstances of every case, because it's very, very important. This is the well-being of a child. And look at what happens when you don't do that. A 2-year-old was murdered. The second thing about this case is look at what happens to a man who talks about this kind of stuff online. He gets arrested and he gets $500,000 bonds for saying something threatening, when really he wasn't saying anything threatening at all. But imagine now someone reads that headline, oh, so-and-so was arrested for threatening a judge and had $500,000 bail. Felony language, or whatever the terminology was. How serious that sounds. When of course that's really not fair at all. The question is, would this happen to the privileged class in a society? If men were really socially privileged and we had more power in society, how would this be possible? That a man can have his child taken away, and then when he speaks the truth about it, he gets arrested? How can you say that would happen to the privileged class in society, or the class that has a power in society? It doesn't make any sense. But read the article below and tell me what you think in the comments.